Hi, I'm Alise with the Sno-Isle Vlog Squad, and today I will be reviewing Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. So first, off topic, I want to show off my new shelf that I absolutely love. It holds almost all 400 of my books. It almost holds all of them. Almost there. So Carry On is a little different than Rainbow Rowell's other books. Carry On had been a spin-off of Fangirl, but not really. The book Fangirl had been written about this girl named Kath who wrote fan fiction, and the fan fiction she wrote was called Carry On. And once fans had read Fangirl, they demanded that Rainbow Rowell write Carry On so the fans could actually read it. So she did, and we are gifted with this wonderful book that I absolutely love. So Carry On is a fan fiction of this series called Simon Snow, which is pretty much Rainbow Rowell's version of Harry Potter. There's magic, there's a school, there's orphans, there's friends, there's a bunch of other dramas going on. Carry On is supposed to be the conclusion of the series, even though it's supposed to be a fan fiction. And one very important element that this book has, that a lot of fan fictions have for some reason, is that it's a gay fan fiction. So Simon Snow and the villain of this series, Baz, are in love, but not really. That's something that goes on later. I personally am not a big fan of fan fiction. I don't read a lot of fan fiction, but I made an exception for Carry On because it's a published book and it's not a fan fiction of anything that actually exists. What I love about this book is even though this is supposed to be like the 8th book in the series and it's supposed to conclude everything, and we never read the 7 previous books, Rainbow Rowell sets up the world so perfectly. You don't need to. It mentions things that happened in the previous 7 books so that way we can be informed, but it also incorporates some things that we can tell that Kath, the author of the book, had made up herself. What I think is so clever about this magical world that Rainbow Rowell made is the spells that she makes. Rainbow Rowell's spells, they are commonly used phrases in the English language. Like the spell clean as a whistle can clean something, the spell hurry up, speed something up, and then the spell there's nothing there can hide something. So it's just commonly used phrases or extremely popular song lyrics that become spells. And the more that these phrases are said and used, the more powerful the spell becomes. So the story centers around Simon Snow, the protagonist, and his battle against the insidious humdrum. Having read the Harry Potter series and being a fan of the Harry Potter series, I'd expected, okay, he's gonna battle the insidious humdrum, voila, we're done. But the story had taken so many unexpected turns and plot twists in such a short book. Secrets are uncovered, plot thickens, and then there's drama between relationships and relationships that weren't even ever there. But it's an adventure and it's a magical fantasy book and a love story that will make your heart go, ugh. I absolutely recommend it. It's one of my favorite books on my list right now. Thanks for watching. Bye!